Alright, you hashtag Viggy Famers. Would you look at that? I didn't swear at you this time. Now you're obligated to stay on my videos. But, oh yeah, I guess this is my intro. Who am I? I'm Viggy. What is artwod? The portrait roadmap that we're doing, as per the title, right? They're an online drawing platform. How good are they at teaching you? They're this good at teaching you. I've only been drawing for 3 years and 3 months. Ta-da! Okay, fuck off. let me actually draw now. Goodbye. Right? If that interests you, get your pen, get your paper, draw along. Ideally pen. If you're a bitch, then use a pencil, but ideally pen, right? You want to build confidence. Unless you use your pencil like a pen, then please go ahead, right? But yeah, please use this channel, I guess at the very least, to fucking be a call to action to draw along. Oh yeah, this is not the 34th rep. Okay, so what are we doing? We're looking at a portrait reference. We're drawing a box on it, right? Like we're projecting a box on it. We're projecting a sphere inside that box. And then we're projecting center lines, horizontal and vertical, inside the sphere, inside the box. If that sounds extremely difficult, it is. I'm trying to visualize 3 layers of perspective onto the onto the portrait that I have to the left on my iPad, right? And I'm also doing an extreme extra step because I love hard surface and I'm really getting interested into it of wrapping hard surface like shapes around the sphere, right? That is inside the box and following the center lines, right? And I'm also doing the 50 rep rule, which is I do 50 reps per artwod exercise, right? So we're on the second exercise of the second lesson. And I actually just checked ahead right now. The third lesson is, wow, now you have to draw a box by looking at it. Because right now, the first 2 lessons, they have you trace on top of it, right? And they only have you do 3 reps. And I do, as you can see, technically fucking 100 reps because I'm doing 50, but like I'm doing double and sometimes triple. But either way, the point is I'm fucking drawing. Draw along with me. Hashtag Viggy Faming, right? Whatever the fuck. I'm so tired of this Viggy Faming shit, but at this point I'm stuck with it. So again, I'm visualizing pretty hardcore right now while I look at this piece of shit I have next to me. This beautiful man, actually. It's a pretty nice earring. It's like a teardrop earring. I don't know if that means anything. Definitely South Asian. Just like me, for real, right? But fucker has nicer hair for the time being. I'm like bald because I'm doing a bet with my friend because I shaved my head. It's like this thin, like it's like pretty fucking buzzed. I shaved my head back in November, and he was like, "You're always fucking cutting your hair, growing it out. You won't be able to keep it." And me, being the fucker that I am, I got riled up. I'm like, "Want to bet? Want to bet? Want to bet?" And then we bet that I just have to shave my head every 2 months on the 16th of every month of every other month. And the winner gets $500 USD. So, you know, fucking, I don't know why I did. Why do I keep doing the hashtag? Whatever, fucking pray for me, right? What is the pray for me emoji? This? No, what the fuck am I? I'm actually retarded. It's this. I'm fucking Indian too. We literally have a goddamn temple. We pray every day. Oh, pain. Oh yeah. Anyways, yeah, I'm just thinking. I'm just drawing the box in my mind. But yeah, where'd the hair thing come from? Because of those shitting on this guy's head. But the point is, this guy's head is in a very difficult perspective. It's in a very difficult perspective. So I'm just trying to figure it out. Right? Oh yeah, please draw along. My commentary is not going to be the best because this is the second video of the day, so I'm already pretty dead. But the main thing I'm going to keep trying to focus on, and this is the beautiful and difficult thing about art, right? Oh god, why am I having so much trouble breathing right now? I need to get a fucking humidifier. Jesus Christ, I cannot breathe properly. Fucking hell. Anyways, I'm not trying to ruin your audio, but this is my oxygen. I need an oxygen supply, goddammit. But yeah, the difficult thing about drawing is the fact that apart from having to visualize 3 layers of perspective, as I'm trying to do right now, like apart from having to do that, I also have to obviously wrap hard surface forms around this thing, right? So right now, oh sorry, the difficult thing about drawing that I was trying to say is the fact that I don't know if anybody else can relate to this, which is highly unlikely that anybody else can't relate to what I'm about to say, considering it's fucking art and it's a universal experience for anybody who wants to learn how to draw. But stop me if this sounds familiar, right? You're learning something very difficult. You spend dozens and dozens of hours on it, and throughout your process of spending dozens of hours on it, you consistently think you figure something out, and then you forget to do it. And then you figure it out again, and then you forget to do it. And then you figure it out again, and then you forget to do it. And whatever you figure out happens across multiple different things while you're figuring 5 to 6 other things out at once as well, right? So you're trying to juggle figuring all these different things out and trying to do them while simultaneously forgetting everything else. And then over the course of years, and in my case right now, months with this hard surface stuff, you're slowly in an upward trajectory where the things you figure out like on like a fucking 1% basis on bi-weekly intervals are slowly starting to stick with you. And what I'm having what happen with that right now, like the one thing that I'm constantly remembering to figure out right now, dude, I cannot breathe. What the fuck's going on? Jesus Christ. And I'm not gonna mouth breathe because that's just gonna fuck my breathing up even more. Jesus Christ. I apologize for anybody with for this audio, Jesus. But I'm not even Christian, but I do like saying his name. Gives me a lot of comfort. But the thing, what I'm trying to say is, well, again, I am thinking while I'm saying all this, which is extremely difficult. Thinking and visualizing while articulating yourself, right, is extremely difficult. But the point I'm trying to make is the thing I'm like refiguring out and like re-trying to implement is trying to think about like the shapes that are wrapping around the sphere, which is inside the box, and the center lines, right? Like trying to think about the shapes that are wrapping around it. So trying to make sure those shapes are big, and also trying to remember to make them what's it called, like intersect with each other, if that makes sense, right? But the main thing right now is like genuinely the main thing right now is just to make sure that I can consistently consistently visualize the box, the correct box, right? This box, the sphere inside the box, and the center line inside the sphere inside the box. I think this is literally the first time I've had this much trouble breathing. I actually don't know what's going on. But anyways, I'm just gonna keep thinking. I'm just gonna keep thinking, keep trying to project this box. It's very difficult, but I'm really trying to lean into the discomfort right now. I mean, I'm always trying to lean into the discomfort, but I feel as if, as with every session, I think I could have tried harder. I don't think I leaned into the discomfort hard enough. I don't think I was actually thinking at all, right? And that's every fucking session for me. But I think the main thing is to constantly really set the foundation for being able to see them. And I've said this multiple times, and this is my learning journey because I'm a fucking retard, right? Like I'm just dumb when it comes to figuring things out. Right? Like this is the average to below average learner experience, right? Is and I think this is just a learning experience, but to like to encourage the underdog mentality for myself, which in turn encourages me to keep trying, is like, oh, I'm shit. Just assume I'm shit. Assume I'm shittier than everybody else, and assume I have to try 10 times harder, and my trying will result in 10 times less less results. Therefore, try even harder than that, right? So that's the mentality I like to subscribe to, purely because it's beneficial for me to be like, oh, okay, that just means that the only thing I have in my control is to try, right? So yeah. But yeah, I'm just gonna try to keep the shapes relatively simple, right? I say relatively because I obviously do want them to have something to it, but the main thing right now is like I'm gonna try to keep it so it's actually like is wrapping around a sphere. Like we'll alternate. We'll go between wrapping around a sphere and not wrapping around a sphere. And I've already fucked up the perspective here, bars. But yeah, like we'll alternate. It's okay. We'll like I'll go back and forth, and I'm okay with that because that's gonna teach me as well, right? Like it's gonna teach me exactly what it is that I need to know when it comes to like wrapping forms around, creating large, meaningful shapes, right? It's very difficult, obviously, but I think it's gonna help quite a bit. Like same here, like because this is now gonna help me keep the sphere in mind, right? And dude, like I'm telling you, it's fucking hard, okay? Like it is extremely hard, like genuinely very hard to wrap, especially trying to keep a good. Because you have to think about negative space, you have to think about silhouette, you have to think about all the cutouts that could be occurring, right? And at the end of it, you don't even know if it's gonna work. You know what I mean? Like you don't even know if what you're doing is gonna work. That's why you have to also believe that no matter what, no matter whether anything works or not, I'm going to continue to work, right? To figure it out, because that is the only thing that is controllable, right? Like these lines are fucking annoying me because the pen isn't being, what's it called? Like isn't being absorbed onto the paper, right? The ink. Okay, there you go. Now this should be a little bit better. Nope. Ugh, it's so annoying. It's so annoying. Pentel's really fucking pissing me off as of late. But I love their pens. That's the worst part. Is like they're pissing me off and I love their pens. But I also got to think like, okay, now this is okay. See, I lost the box again, right? So I really have to think about the center lines, especially like and how they relate to the front of the plane, right? The front plane, and then how it's also again centered here, right? And how this relates to the bottom. And again, it's easy to do this on a smaller scale. It's extremely difficult to visualize that, project it outward, essentially 7 times larger, right? And also think about shapes that are wrapping around it. That's also an extremely difficult thing to do. Which is why I am just trying. to make sense of it all, right? Because that's all I can consistently do, right? Like that's what I'm trying to say. Is like that's the only thing I can consistently do is try to make sense of things, but I can't control the outcome, right? I objectively, genuinely, I do believe that I objectively cannot control the outcome, right? Like there's nothing that can be done to be like, oh yes, this is exactly how I wanted it to go. It's impossible. I can't control the outcome. I cannot control even like the okay, so I can't control the outcome, right? I can't control the consistency of the efforts that I put in, but I can control the energy I put towards the efforts, right? And that's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm just trying to control the energy that I'm putting towards the efforts, right? And one day, given enough time, let's say about 15 years, that will mean something. You know, that will mean something. And that's okay. In the sense that like that's okay that it'll take 15 years. Right? That's a good thing. Like if it took more than 15 if it took less than 15 years, I don't deserve it. Simple as that. That's just what I think. I feel as if I need to experience extremely delayed gratification to really understand what it's like to actually try, right? There's this one thing Hormozy says that I love, right? Alex Hormozy, like I really, really, really like the mindset he promotes. So you don't have to, what's it called, like enjoy his content or whatever, or listen to what I'm saying about this. But there's just one thing that there's a few things that he says, but like there's one thing that he did say that I really enjoyed. Is like, what would you do to make someone patient, right? Or like to make someone have strong character? You probably would not give them an easy life, right? And regarding the topic of patience, right, how would you make them patient? You probably wouldn't give them things, and you can tell I'm a fucking shill because I've listened to all the motivation shit a million times. But it's like you probably wouldn't give them things immediately, right? And that's just one of those things that I love. Is like I don't want things immediately. If I got it immediately, I don't deserve it, right? It's just as simple as that. I don't deserve things immediately, and I don't think anybody deserves anything immediately, right? But that's just a Viggy thought process. Let's see. I'm still trying to think about the shapes that I'm wrapping around this. And just kind of like what would I think looks interesting. I do think I've already fucked up the perspective, but we are trying to foreshorten it as well. So if we bring it over here, let's see. There you go. And then, okay, so what would that look like on the other side? Yeah, okay, so I definitely didn't get the perspective right at all. Like this is different, and this one was off too. So I'm gonna keep trying with this perspective. I clearly struggle with it, right? And that's a good thing. Like I'm glad I struggle with this. Again, I don't deserve to not struggle with this, right? None of us deserve to just get something easily. It's just not how the world should be. Right? I don't think any of us deserve things the first time or the second time or even the 500th time. And if we did get it that time, we probably didn't appreciate the value of it either. Again, just my thoughts. No need to agree. Right? It's just something that I've really just trained myself to think in, because I think it's beneficial to me to think about life this way, because it keeps me consistently trying, right? Just me. It just keeps me consistently trying. So that's what I like to encourage I like to encourage that for everyone else, because I think we should all train ourselves to try as hard as we can. Like right now, my brain is really hurting. My lines are really shit. I'm really trying, and I'm feeling good about all of this. I'm genuinely feeling really good about all of this, right? So that's something that I value. That's something I've trained myself to value, and I'm telling you this as someone who's never tried, who spent years not trying hard in their life, right? So I'm not speaking out of my ass in the sense that like, oh yes, I'm such a hard ass. Like, ooh, look at me. I try so hard. It's more like, no, I spent years just wasting my life, just jacking off, porn, video games, smoking weed for over a decade. Right? Started at the ripe age of 17, right? So it's affected me quite a bit. Um, like in terms of like it really fucked my development, obviously, and it's an important part of my life in the sense that it taught me that I need to do things. Like I need to do things, right? We all need to do things, and it reminded me that I can do things, like getting out of that slump. So I'm trying to figure this out. This is very difficult because I'm fucking going on and got some retarded emotional tirade. Oh yes, I had such a hard life, everybody. But the point I'm trying to make is, god damn it, if I went through all that shit, which isn't really that much, but it's still something, right? And I came out of it being like, okay, so trying hard has merit. I think those of you who've gone through worse have even more reason to try hard because it has even more merit on your end. Does that make sense? Right? My paltry experiences have merit. Therefore, your even more how much am I gonna say this? Your even more important experiences, right? Have even more merit. Oh shit! See, I fucked up the other side completely because I don't understand the other side. I just don't understand how to foreshorten and translate that properly. I was trying to think about it. I just didn't think about it hard enough, and now we've gotten something like this where this is not going through. Okay, so like I'm just gonna leave it because it clearly fucked up. Look at this. Look at this. Look how badly I fucked this up. Jesus Christ. That's what happens when you talk about your life. Okay, well, kind of fixed it, not really. Amazing mistake. Again, amazing mistake. I'm not complaining because I'm still trying to wrap all of this around a fucking sphere, right? So let's see. I don't know what this was gonna be. I think this was supposed to be something, but I have not understood what that was. And I keep losing the perspective, which is good, right? Like this is actually completely wrong now in terms of perspective because it's still way too forward facing, right? I didn't foreshorten it enough. Like this is the foreshortening that I need. So I'm gonna keep trying, obviously. And this is not really that good of a shape, but if I can, let's see if I can do something like that, right? And then maybe, again, I'm trying to connect things. Right, I am trying to have some sort of connection towards things, and this is again like connection. There's so many things to think about. Connection towards things, calculating with my lines, thinking about the sphere, thinking about the box, thinking about the sphere inside the box, thinking about the central lines inside the sphere inside the box, right? And it's like, okay, now trying to make an interesting shape, you piece of shit. It's like, oh. Didn't have to call me dad, but alright then. Jesus Christ. Okay, well, see, these lines are not good. Because they could have been a lot better, but either way, we'll close that off. And, you know, you see what I mean by, like, how the lines are not absorbing ink, and then when they are, there's a genuine difference in my ability to create clean lines, right? And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I don't know how the fuck I ended up talking about me being my fucking past being like, oh, I was so sad and blah 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 and this and that. That wasn't really the point, but not that like I have any qualms with talking about it. I feel as if people knowing that I was a complete and utter loser, if anything, is just a benefit for proving that even when you're a loser, you can get out of that loserdom, if that is a word. Okay, so now, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. And this is gonna be really bad line-wise, but we're gonna, there you go. And then we're gonna, again, keep the perspective in mind. And okay, there you go. Although, again, like this line is way too thick, right? Yeah, I love this. I have an entire lifetime of learning ahead of me. It's fucking amazing when you think about it. I have no idea what the fuck this was supposed to be because obviously fucked up the other side so much. But I think we can still finish this little cylindrical shape, even with. There you go. We could just end this off like so. And then on the other side, well, on the other side, it's actually a bit of a mistake that I did here, but we'll just make this little outline here, right? And maybe actually this will be going inwards like that, like it's jutting out, right? And this is coming around. Yeah, I don't know what really happened there, but I am trying to think about logic, and I feel as if this is looking a little bit more connected, maybe, possibly, right? Than the other one. Like I do think there's a little bit more connections, like that. At least I feel like I'm logicking it out a little bit more. Again, it's like this nice little back and forth of trying to be intuitive, trying to think about the actual shapes and stuff, but also still trying to be intuitive, right? And again, like we do have a sphere and a center line to keep in mind, right? So we could do something like this as well, where, and I'm not saying like this is the way, or like this is something that's 100% what you should do. I'm just thinking out loud, right? So I'm just thinking like I could do something like this as well. Like this could be a clasp. And again, we're going to reinforce the sphere, just like that. Just do those lines right there, right? Following the contour. I'm going to reinforce that. And then, as per design principles, try to make it so it's kind of looks relatively interesting, but like that's, the sphere's already kind of gotten a bit too large in this case. So obviously I can make it so, hey, hold up, let me try to think. So what does this do? This can become something like this. And right now, like this type of shape is pretty mundane, but I've noticed that if you just commit to it and you just make the lines clean, it doesn't look too bad. Although again, like this, on the other side, the shapes are so mediocre because I really didn't understand what I was doing. Like I genuinely did not know what the fuck I was doing. Right, so yeah, like there's a lot of issues here. Definitely a lot of issues here. Also, I'm trying to like keep the spacing to be relatively decent. Like, you know, negative space is a big part of it. Right, negative space is a big thing. What's it called? Yeah, negative space is a big thing. Obviously, design, just making sure things kind of have interesting shape languages. Like this is not an interesting shape language. What I'm doing here, this is just from my previous mistake, right? But it's all supposed to be wrapped around a sphere, which is what I'm working towards, which is not bad, right? It's not bad at all. But you see how long this shit takes me? 23 minutes, right? Now this still doesn't seem to work unless maybe I do something like that, right? Okay, yeah, that's like the little nose hole. And then maybe we can just have a second one there. Now, was that the right decision? Who knows? Probably not. Looks like shit, to be honest. But we'll leave it. I just have a tendency to obviously add a lot of unnecessary details. See, like this even, it's pretty incorrect. But again, like now we've just extended the sphere, so now we have more things to work with. Right, so we'll just, there you go, make that, have a nice little cutout. Keep thinking about the box and the sphere inside the box. And we'll obviously are going to make this go around that sphere. I still have trouble figuring out how this should look, but hold up. I'm just trying to figure this out right now. Like how it wraps around. I'm just trying to figure that out. Give me a sec. I don't know who the fuck I'm talking to. Shut up. I'm trying to figure it out. Leave me alone. Okay, so when it wraps around as a box, right? Because that's something that's, it should stop right here. Okay, I see it. It's like, that should be like this, and then this is coming around like so. There you go. And then obviously these are three-dimensional, right? And see, there you go, like a nice little hatch has been created. Like that's like a little attachment. And obviously as my lines get better, my understanding will get better, but I'm pretty proud of that. Like I actually created like an attachment, right? Now, what else? What's another shape that I can add that's, again, thinking about white space would look kind of cool? Well, first, let's complete the sphere at the very least from here to here, right? So it's like, okay, definitely I have been thinking about a sphere, which is good. But now that's not it. That's not enough because I also have to do something like this. Right? Because again, attachments, these are attachments that I'm trying to think about, right? So in that context, this is even worse perspective than this one. I definitely struggle with this for sure. In that context, see, like this is something that's actually going all the way around, right? And that's something I've been trying to work on. I know I literally said last video that I'm like, hey, I'll show all the hours that I was doing that wasn't recorded because I did do it on the weekend. Today's Monday. I drew for like 4 extra hours on Saturday, and then I just didn't show that to anybody watching, right? So let me get that right now. Fuck it. Let me get that right now just to show that I did do the work, and obviously not to cock block my audience, right? If we're gonna go full transparency mode, I do want to show the work that I did, but it was basically just wrapping yeah, just same, box, sphere, right? That type of shit. Thinking about the box, think about the sphere inside the box. A lot of the times you'll see the box over it is after. I drew it after. So this is what I was visualizing. So it's a lot of this. Like I was visualizing this, trying to wrap the shapes. Like you see I struggle with that, right? Like basically trying to create a clear center line. But the boxes that you see are afterwards. So I tried visualizing that and then I did it afterwards to correct it, right? And then it was this. I know it doesn't look like much, but this was 4 hours worth of work because I was really grinding my fucking brain. Like I was genuinely grinding my brain, and it was just all failures. And that's drawing. That's learning, to be honest. That's just all failures. But I'm gonna rest my brain because this is not looking that bad. So again, double negative. But anyways, let me rest my brain. I encourage you to do so as well. Yeah, it's funny. Sometimes you're in a more relaxed mind state, and just that shift in being like, okay, just keep thinking about the box, the sphere, right? Sometimes it's easier, sometimes it's harder. Um, this time, it definitely feels a lot easier. Is if it is easy, I don't know if it is easy per se, but it definitely feels a lot easier, right? Oh shit, I didn't even mean to do that. I actually fucked up the perspective here. But yeah, whatever. We can just allow it. That cutout doesn't even make sense, but it's okay. See, like none of this makes sense, but it's okay. So that is actually, if that's a cutout, then yeah, it only kind of connects it there. And we will, what can I do here? That's a shape, right? I want to add like a shape here because I already fucked this up. But what's like an interesting shape that I can think of that is going to follow the sphere, right? Because the sphere is basically going to be like this, And yeah, like this is super muddied. I could have done a lot better here. I had something going and then I didn't. Which is, to be honest, how it just has been going for me. I had something going and then I didn't. See, like even here, this part should have connected a lot more, and I just could not reason this. So obviously for the next design, what I honestly need to do for the next design is start from the other side. I think starting from the other side will help me reason things a lot easier, or at the very least it will force me to think more, because drawing is thinking at the end of the day, right? So don't mind me, I'm just creating, like, fucking going over lines that I think look too soft. But anyways, let's keep going and we'll try to, well, maybe we could just do something like this, right? This could, if we're going by perspective standards, I could do something like this, where this actually goes up, and then, like, this is kind of, maybe it's a bit garish, but there you go, something like that, right? Like a fucking Spartan helmet, who knows? And this is just a nice way for me to try to play around with ratios Whether it's working or not, I am indifferent to because I cannot control whether it's working or not. I can only control the ideation I did right now towards it, right? Yeah, like I can only control this little bit of ideation I've tried right now towards it, but like the box obviously changed drastically here. This is kind of like, I've noticed stuff like this in designs on Pinterest. Pinterest is a really good resource for me in that case, because I've really liked what the artists have done when it comes to their hard surface stuff, right? And it's not as if like they're the only source of truth when it comes to hard surface, but I really like it. Like, I really like the designs that I keep seeing, right? I'm pretty sure that's off perspective. Yeah, it's definitely off perspective. And I love how my lines are just so fucking bad. But yeah, this is gonna be better in perspective. There you go. That's a lot better. There you go. And to reinforce the perspective while still keeping the angling, I think this is actually pretty cool, right? And this way I can really practice my lines. Basically cylinders that are blending with that surface, right? They're additions. And then, but they're still keeping this perspective, I think. I tried to. Looking at it now, it wasn't really that accurate. But it's cool. It's interesting, I think. Slowly but surely, starting to draw things that actually look like fucking helmets, maybe. Right? Whether it's happening or not, it's to be seen, but... See, like, this was just a poor choice all around, what I drew here. Like, this is the first manipulation I started off with, and it could have been a lot better. I could still kind of make it work, but not really. Like, kind of make it work. Yeah, if we connected it like that, and then... There, now it's kind of like an addition. But it still doesn't work that much. This actually doesn't look as good as I had hoped. But it's also because it's not connected in the back, and now it is. So that actually already looks more solidified. The difference that adding some lines in the background makes when it comes to form, right? Perspective, things looking decent. And then what do I want to do here? I can just shut this off, actually. You know what? We'll keep it simple. That's closed. So I've already established that the sphere is basically set, right? Now I just want to make sure that, because like the perspective still can be pretty decent. So we can do something like this actually. And this is a gamble again, but I'm just trying to make up for this. Like I want to do something like that, but make up for it, right? By, let's see, something like, and again, thinking about a bent cylinder here. I'll be very clear on that. And I'm really trying to make my lines decent at the very least. I say that and then I fuck that up completely. But there you go. And then something like this. Right? Add just little manipulations there. I could even add some little cuts here. I couldn't think too much about what to do there, I'll be honest. And then bring it out. Again, we don't really see that. We do see it on the other side, right? We'll do something like this. And it's... Okay, so this is a great way to spatially reason because it's coming out here, right? So that's my perspective, right? I've already established that. It's coming down and then out, so down and then out, right? And then it's going back inward, so it's actually something like this. Okay, that line wasn't supposed to be there, but it's not bad. Something like that. It does look more looks more legitimate than otherwise. There you go. See, things actually starting to look like they connect now. All because I keep trying, right? Okay, well, I fucked up the end of the sphere here. It shouldn't have been so flat at the bottom. Like, I wasn't thinking there. But I am slowly starting to have things connect, which is what I wanted. And I'm slowly... I love and hate my brain because I was trying to keep it simple, but I keep going towards complexity. But I think I've actually gotten better at visualizing simplicity and maintaining the visualization of the simplicity while adding complexity. What I haven't clearly been improving as much... I mean, I just haven't been improving, not even in terms of like an expectation or standard, but I just need to improve more, I guess. Not even haven't been improving. I just need to continue focus on improving this, like the relation, the accuracy of this, like this box, and actually like projecting that, because this box is relatively accurate, relatively, right? This one's like this, you know, like that's what this one's like, right? Relatively, but this one is, you see way more of the front of the plane, like the face. Like, come on, bro. Like this one's more like this, right? So, and like even this is actually a little bit more. So things need to be foreshortened a lot more. But I'm gonna rest my brain again. That was actually really fun. Like I genuinely felt as if, even though, although actually this should be further out. Yeah, because that needs to be in perspective, just to make that the same. Just had the fucking random line on this side too, ta-da. But yeah, like there's a lot of issues here. Obviously the other side is something I need to work on, so, and this will allow me to work on it. So I'm gonna rest my brain and then we're gonna continue onwards, and I encourage you to rest your brain as well. Utilize the gap effect. But I've definitely, like, just from not taking it so seriously, I've gotten so much better at my hard surface designs. I can even do something like this, right? This can be a connection. There you go. We can even do something like that. And this can connect to that, right? But it's too much. I know it's too much. That's just my tendency to fucking overdraw everything. But yeah, anyways, let me rest my brain. Oh, by the way, I wanted to just state that I didn't feel like drawing today. Like this session, like the last video was still today, right? So that was around 40 minutes ago at this point, or an hour ago. It's been 37 minutes. Yeah, so I took like a 20-minute break. And then when I came back, I just, fuck, not my pen. But yeah, I just didn't feel like drawing. What number are we on? 30, okay, we're on 34 now. I just did not feel like drawing, right? So, but I'm here. So if I can be here and I'm completely just a normal person, average guy, right, who's just failing hundreds of thousands of times. Why did my Indian accent come out? That's not even an Indian accent. This is an Indian accent, right? Why are you gay? But like, if I can just do it, you can do it, right? And doing it isn't being perfect. Doing it is simply doing your best and consistently trying to do your best. And you simply improve your ability to do your best as you continue to try to do your best, until you get to a point where even you not even doing that well 10-15 years later is going to be like fucking incredible for everybody else around you. Like, I know, like, I'm aware that some of you might look at this and be like, wow, it's crazy how he does this from pen, from imagination, and he's doing all these calculations and all that shit. Well, this is why I have a fucking channel that has over 340 hours of logged practice minimum, because my streams are usually two hours plus, right? And like I've clearly, now I've documented everything. I've documented my first 2 years in the "This is a video for beginner artists" video, right? You are not alone, that one. I've documented the imagination drawings I did in the first 2 years. That was sparingly separate from the actual like fundamentals work I did in my intro video. And now I've documented everything past the completion of the first 2 years and onwards, right? And now we're into the 4th year, like third year and third month we just completed. So, like, I hope it really showcases, like, I could not do this fucking a year ago. I literally could not do this. I can't even conceptualize doing this a year ago. And here I am, conceptualizing my butthole while I do it. So, you're welcome. Keep that imagery till you die. Yeah, but you can do it. Right? So again, let's go back to looking at this perspective. I do think I got it down. I do think this one, like if you can see through the page, right? I do think that one. And again, that was another skill I really had to learn, which was to ignore the drawing on the back of the page because the pen bleeds through a little bit, right? That was literally a skill. Like everything is a skill. Everything you struggle with and whatever like large primary skill you are pursuing, everything you struggle within that, everything you struggle. I want to be very clear. Literally everything. Holding your pen in one way versus another. Holding your pen in one way. Jesus Christ, my brown accent really is coming out. Holding your pen in one way. I swear I'm white. Marta, how are the kids? Anyways, I roll my R's. Anyways, holding your pen this way versus this way, pushing out this way versus this way, right? Think about perspective in this rotated angle versus this rotated angle, on this scale versus this scale, right? Like those are all sub skills. Everything you struggle with is an additional skill. Why can't I draw a box with a diagonal from this perspective, but I can do it from this perspective? Why can't I draw that same thing rotated in the exact same way from another perspective, right? Why can't I proportionally maintain the accuracy, right? Why can't I visualize it in this way versus this? These are all skills. Everything you fucking struggle with is a skill. Yeah, I'm talking about art right now, but I mean literally everything you struggle with, like the memes aside, fucking skill issue, all right? So you just, the hard part is just understanding what that skill is. But when you can actively make an effort to be aware of the fact that everything you struggle with is a skill, then you can move forward, right? Because now you have a direction to be like, okay, I struggle with visualizing. Okay, so what is the skill of visualizing? The skill of visualizing is to either project calculations or an image onto the paper or in my mind, right? Or a calculation or a combination of both, or whatever other measure that exists that I'm not aware of. Like me personally, I'm saying that I'm not aware of. That is visualization. It is simply a mental imagery of sorts that is particular to the individual in the manner that they conduct themselves when they're trying to visualize, right? This is an extremely hard skill and it requires extraneous amounts of cognitive effort. Okay, I have understood that. So I'm going to keep pushing, and I'm building the skill of continuing to push while I do that, right? It's like pregnancy, but forever because you're using your mind. But there is no serotonin that comes afterwards because you didn't give birth to anything, you just struggled and you're done. But anyways, anyways, fucking shit joke. But yeah, everything is a skill. Really genuinely internalize that everything is a skill. That means everything can be improved, right? And I don't know, I actually don't know how many of my fans actually internalize this to the degree that I'm fucking like shouting from the rooftops within the confines of my room. I have to be quiet because my dad's working. But I actually don't know how many of my fans are internalizing this, right? I don't know. I don't know how many of you fuckers actually thinking about it, like to the degree that I'm trying to encourage you to think about it, because I would love for you to think about it properly, for lack of a better word, right? Like I would love for you to think about it in a manner that is conducive to your growth. But that's your choice, right? You are making a choice to genuinely internalize the words that I'm saying or not. And that's okay. Like it's up to you. But that's why I'm providing evidence that my words aren't just words, right? They have merit because as you can see, it's resulted in this, right? Can you do this? No, right? Can many people do this? Yes. Are those many people have many more years of experience than me? Yes. I acknowledge that like my progress is really fast, quote unquote, really fast, but it's not that fast because my progress is just reflective of the effort that I put in towards the specific things that they're directed towards, right? Like there's nothing really that special about this progress, if I'm going to be honest, right? Like you get what you put in. It's just that. It's just you just get the effort that you put in. If anything, I feel like my progress is super slow because I put in so much fucking effort and nothing ever comes out of it. Seemingly being the operative word, right? So it's fucking, please, for the love of God, just growth mindset. How many more fucking ways can I say this? But I don't know. I feel as if artists love to bitch, right? I even have fans coming on my Discord, and they're all nice people, but they keep like Tiny Reiki. I'm calling you out, motherfucker, Tiny Reiki. Like she or he. I think it's a girl but then again, it's just a fucking female anime profile pic, so it could 100% just be a gooner. But like he's really supportive, great fan. He or she, like I appreciate them, but I just really wish they would have a less of less vocabulary that essentially states that they are not, like, they are a specific type of person, right? They have called themselves lazy. They have called themselves unable to draw. They've said many things that's like, oh, I can't do this. And I think this is a young thing too. Like, it sounds like a young, like, they sound like a young person, right? Like, I feel as if it's a young person thing as well. And I mean, like, teenager, by the way. And yes, any fucking teenager listening to this be like, how dare you? I'm old. I know exactly what I'm doing. Shut the fuck up. Everybody who's alive has gone through a goddamn age group. Or have some goddamn humility. Okay, at least one of them has to. At least if hundreds of thousands of adults are saying that, oh yes, I remember my teenage years. I remember that I had shit ton of energy. I had a lot of ego, right? A lot of confusing emotions. You know, elevated hormonal state, right? You know, fucking excess pride. Like, and then I calm down once I hit my mid-20s, especially men. If a lot of men are saying that, right, lots of anger, whatever, you know, and they're saying I understand, then you should have a little bit of humility, be like, oh yes. But anyways, that's besides the point. Like, the point I'm trying to say is, I would encourage all hashtag ViggyFammers, right? To you, I'm addressing you, the true hashtag ViggyFammer, right? The one at this point who's genuinely considering clicking off and doing something else with their time because they haven't drawn and they're 45 minutes into this video, and Viggy's wondering, what the fuck are you doing? Literally, what the fuck are you doing? Get your fucking pen out, all right? Did you just listen to me? Were you just mentally masturbating about me being like, yes, work hard, and you're like, oh yes, I'm totally gonna work hard, and then you're just watching me work hard and you're not drawing, you dumb piece of shit? Viggy's genuinely confused, but more than that, he is saddened. He is saddened by your belief that you are incapable. He is saddened by the fact that you have not made an effort to ViggyFam. And we've defined ViggyFamming at this point. ViggyFamming means to try your best and to have a growth mindset. That's what ViggyFamming means. I've defined it, right? Anybody who's doing that at any point in their life is ViggyFamming. So you're welcome, I guess, to anybody. But anyways, I think I got this guy's nose wrong. Also, because I didn't draw the other part of his nose. Yeah, because, okay, his lip's like coming out here. So let me draw his lip first, in perspective. Right, in perspective. Yeah, it's actually pretty tiny lips. My tiny lips on my tiny lips, tiny lips. Anyways, but I do encourage, for the love of fucking God, I encourage. If not my fans, then who? If not my fans, then who the fuck is actually gonna have a positive mindset about art, right? Like, even with all the effort Sam does arts goes to make sure his fans can have a positive mindset about art. Every fucking video, there's always some dipshit being like, haha, I'm just not trying again. You know that this whole rhetoric that seems to be pervasive online, especially in the art community, that seems to be glorifying lack of effort. Voice correct? Lack of effort, right? Like, I have noticed it. I don't know if anybody else has noticed it, but that's, as a beginner, when I was like actually much more of a beginner, that really fucking pissed me off. That really pissed me off. And by the way, while I've been talking, I've been thinking about the box, the sphere, and the center lines, and it's been like fading for, I can barely even visualize it. But that's a skill, right? That's a skill. It's extremely difficult to visualize an entire thing while talking and drawing. Okay, again, I think I definitely got way too much of this, because this is what a perfect sphere is encompassed inside. So we need to cut all this out, right? But yeah, like, even with all the effort Sam does, by the way, he's my age. Just interesting fact. A lot of YouTubers are my age, I've noticed, right? Hoodlum Callum, Zanny, Sam Does Arts, Hamza, right? You're just getting like a fucking little sneak peek into just all the random YouTubers I watch, right? So basically, Pokemon, art, self-improvement, and gaming. That's actually just who I am. That's perfect. That's actually such a, and they all have somebody who's just a guy with a stupid sense of humor who's my age. Perfect. This is why I relate to all of them, right? But okay, yeah, like that's not too bad. But anyways, what am I trying to say? Yeah, like, even Sam, like, Sam does so much effort. Like, I've noticed especially in his latest video, he's constantly talking about people just trying. Like, just make sure you're trying, make sure you're just putting in effort, make sure you have a positive growth-oriented mindset. And he specifically, like, says, like, don't compare yourself, just focus on the skill. Everything is a skill. Even, like, I've noticed he started saying a lot of that shit. I'm like, wonderful, this is amazing. I think it's because he watches my videos. Sam, if you watch my videos, let's collab. Right? I have noticed this weird trend with, like, even like Antonio from Artwod. This is all egotistical. Of course they don't watch my content, but like, because I'm always talking about this shit, and then I noticed randomly, like, they started talking about it as well. Like Antonio and especially Sam. I'm just like, are they hashtag ViggyFammers? Are they watching my videos? No, they're not. They're 100% not. But the coincidence is nice, and it just reinforces that yes, like they're, like these people are, they're like-minded, and that's why they're successful, and that's why they continue to improve as artists, right? And I'm just saying, like, for you Viggy fans or hashtag Viggy fans, whatever the fuck out there, like, if not you who watches me, who specifically always talks about growth mindset, putting in effort, just continually trying, right? Constantly thinking, constantly visualizing, fundamentals, focusing, all that shit. If I am not the one, like if at this point you're watching me and you watch me for a while, if I'm not the one who's encouraging you and reminding you to get your fucking shit together when it comes to your mindset, right? And to genuinely make an effort, then who the fuck else? Because I don't know who, apart from like genuine self-improvement fucking people, are like, oh yeah, work hard, work hard, work hard. But obviously, I guess I'm the self-improvement artist. I don't mean to be, but that's just the person I am. Like, I'm just obsessed with learning and improving and thinking about it in a positive manner, not like I'm a hardcore ass guy type of manner, but just fucking let's just try, let's just do our best. And again, I am thinking while I'm doing all this, I'm trying to figure out what shapes I want to use, right? But yeah, like if not me, then who? Genuinely, like if I'm not able to help direct you in that direction, then I don't. And I'm saying this to people who actually watch me. I'm not saying this to people who are like who just chance upon my channel and don't care for me, right? That means I don't resonate with them. But if you actually watch me relatively consistently, clearly something about me resonates with you, right? And I'm gonna assume because I'm a fucking broken record that it's just because I keep fucking dick riding effort and visualization and being very explicit about the amount of energy I'm putting in, how much effort I'm putting in towards the art that I'm doing, which in turn encourages you and reminds you that, oh yeah, it is a fuck ton of work, and fuck, if he can do it, I can do it. If not for that reason, then I don't know why the fuck you're watching me. Am I just really entertaining? I'm a funny guy. I make you laugh when I make really weird voices like that, and then I tone switch and it's really jarring. Is that why you watch me? Right? But yeah, like I just, what I'm trying to say is, Tiny Reiki, you can do it. Just work on improving your mindset, right? Or I don't think they really give a shit about art. I don't fucking know. I feel as if some people don't even watch me for the art, but just for my bullshit. Fucking bastards. But anyway, anyways, oh god, I have to cough. Excuse me. Actually, these microphones actually mute my voice a lot. I've noticed a lot of my retarded, high-pitched things that I do. My old mic picked it up beautifully, but this one doesn't. So I guess we're gonna hear a suppressed cough in 3, 2, 1. There you go. That's better. Right, but okay, let's draw something. Okay, I'm gonna try to keep it relatively. Okay, you know what? No, I said, what did I say I was gonna do? See, it's so easy to forget, right? Because I'm just fucking blabbering. But it's easy to forget. But I'm going to start with the other side. And now I have to, okay, but because I'm starting with the other side, I have to think, you know what? We're gonna wrap it around like this. We're gonna wrap around like this. Yeah. Okay, so we're thinking about the sphere. I'm still really thinking about the sphere as much as I can, right? Let's see. We're gonna do this. There you go. Right, and that means something. Trust me, that does mean something, right? And we're gonna do this, and this means something as well. Okay, see, like I really am losing the perspective because this box behind this page, if you can see it, right, the actual like other drawing underneath this page is fucking with me right now. But that's why I'm constantly ghosting, and we're gonna do something like this. And this will all mean something. I swear it, right? But the actual other question is, will I remember what it means? Right? Will I actually remember what it fucking means? Who fucking knows? Right? There you go. Okay. Well, I didn't mean to do that, but let's do something like, there you go. And then, okay, let's see. I don't want to fuck this up. Okay, the box, and then something like that. Okay, see, like, okay, perspective's a little bit better. I've managed to keep the perspective decently well. There you go. And this is coming out this way, so this should be coming out this way, right? And then this is coming out that, okay, see, there you go. I'm slowly starting to understand that we can just connect. There you go. I have a brain! Holy shit, I actually have a fucking brain. Oh my god. Even though the perspective is gonna be off after I connect this. Holy, because it's diverging slightly. But holy shit, I have a brain. My god. I need you to believe. Any Creatures fans out there? Unfinished business? Right? Scott, I need you to believe. I need you on my team. Right? Ugh. So sad. So now, I don't know what the fuck I was gonna do with this. But... hey, at least we got this perspective relatively established. And now I just need to... okay, the foreshortening isn't bad. It's not amazing. It's still gonna be a lot better, but it's not bad. Right? I cannot add anything jutting out here. It has to be jutting out this way. Because if I add anything jutting out here, that means it's gonna fuck with this. Right? So this has to be relatively stable. And this is actually the good part, is because I can just do something like this that's coming out. Oh, see, my line. Look at that, my line. That angle, that's a skill. Me being able to just draw a clean line in that angle. That's a skill. That is a skill. Okay, I'm still losing the perspective quite a bit, and I'm actually losing the box and the cylinder, everything. I'm losing everything right now, so it's just about bringing it back, right? Bringing it back, bringing the size of the box back, right? But let's see, we can do something like this. Right? And this is just me trying to make something different than what I always do. And I like it because it's going to force me to think a little bit outside the box. Right? Now again, like, what is this angle? I still haven't established what this perspective is. This can be so many perspectives. It can be something that's jutting outward. It can be something that's jutting downward. It can be something that's jutting inward, right? It just depends on how I want these lines to be understood. But I think I'm gonna make it jut backwards. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make it jut backwards because... actually, no, it is part of the sphere. Actually, yeah, this is actually established as part of the sphere. What the fuck am I saying? See, I forgot. I literally forgot. Right? So... and then this... is something that we can just... I don't know. This is like a little connection. I'm not trying to make extreme designs just yet, but I am trying to think about how things can connect. And like, while I'm doing this, I want to be very clear. I'm losing the perspective because this is something I have to zoom in on, in a sense, right? So I lost the perspective there when I did that. I want to be very clear. But I don't even know if what I did just made sense there. So now I have to really make sense of it all from here, because I don't know if that worked. Like, what I did there, actually, I don't even know if that worked. But we'll just have to, we'll kind of have to make some shit up. You know, maybe that. And then there's a little connection there, maybe? I don't fucking know. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, well, we'll leave it for now. We'll leave it for now. Right, and we'll just have this come around. I'm trying to think, like, maybe this... and this is like me basically just trying to be like, wow, how can whatever bullshit I add be connected to the next bullshit that I add? Right? Like, right now, this is in this perspective. Right? But... does it have to be the case? Always? Right? Who knows? Either way, the line was pretty subpar, but hey, the idea was there. It wasn't good, but it was there. That's all I'll say, right? To have this kind of curve along with that. And then we can add like another diagonal, maybe. Trying to have this wrap around, right? If I'm trying to have it wrap around, maybe I should just keep it simple, right? Maybe we should just keep it simple because we do want this to be around like a pretty nice sphere. So Again, the lines are not the best, but something like this, right? And if that's what's happening, we can even have this going, again, following the perspective, right? Because it is, oh, see, dude, I'm like fucking turning my head and like looking around and all that shit, right? So that is the perspective that we've decided on. No, wait, dude, what am I? Okay, shit, I already fucked it up. So now we have to, because I completely changed the perspective without even meaning to. But that's okay, because, let's see, why is it okay? Now I have to figure out why it's okay. Yeah, I made a lot of mistakes. But let's see, this is going this way. And then if that's not going back, it's going back this way. Something like that. Right? And we need to reestablish the fact that this is part of a sphere. But I need to figure out something. Like, this is actually really, now it's hurting my brain, because I feel as if I didn't create something that connects logically. It's been an hour, cool, that's fine, right? It's fine by me. Let's at least try to create something that connects. Just have this be like a giant bolt that connects to this. At least that way, there's something that makes sense, hopefully, Jesus. And then this can possibly be something that's actually jutting out like that. It's that kind of shape, right? There's like there's a subtraction here. Sorry, I'm trying to use the right words, but I'm also trying to think. I hope the explanations are at least helpful. Like, you can see, I'm essentially just trying to create as many jut out shapes as possible. You know, things jutting in, jutting out, subtracting, sometimes making sense, many times not making sense, obviously, right? That's just part of it. Even here, like, oh, let's just give this a little bit more oomph. Okay. Oh, see, it's still in this perspective that I ended up having here. But maybe it can be fixed. Right? Maybe it can be fixed. But I don't know if it can. But maybe it can be fixed. Let's see, something like this maybe? Let's see, okay, and then on the other side that would be like that. It's not bad. It's something. And then we can have a large shape that's actually following the perspective, right? Following this minor axis of the ellipse. And I'm really losing the perspective right now, but I'm trying to hold it together. How can this... Oh wait, that line is a bit too much, but we've committed. Let's see. Something like that. There you go. Something. And then we can have it. There you go, see? Kind of close off like that. Right. And this can be connected like so. There. And this can also be connected like so there. And then same thing on the other side. I'm really trying to visualize this, but it's very difficult. Some decent ideas, many subpar ideas, and lines are definitely struggling. As you can see, I even struggle to say the word struggling. Right. Oof, let's do something like this. This sphere has gone to shit. This sphere has definitely gone to shit. Unless I can, of course, bring it all back together. But I think I can, actually. We'll do something like this. Yeah, I think I actually can bring the sphere back. There you go. I am seeing it, roughly. And then... let's see... Nah, this is not working. This is not working, but it's fine. Because, like, I'm still doing something, which I'm actually proud of. To be honest. Right, I'm still actually pretty proud of this, just because I'm doing something, you know? Like, we can add little grill marks. And this is just ways for me to practice my lines and my visualization. Like, I'm really trying to visualize this, I'll be completely honest. I mean, when am I not trying to visualize it? There's no need to me even be honest on that fucking fact, to be honest. To be honest, stop fucking talking, Viggy. Jesus Christ. Pain. Right. And then, okay, so how can we close this off? There you go. Maybe add some little thingy-majiggy there. But I do want this to also have a close. Let's do something like this. And then we can even have the same thing here. Right? Just some sort of spherical addition. Right? They're embedded inside of each other. I know, like, the design for this is very unclear. I'm trying to make this part have more things happening, so this is, like, more clear, but who fucking knows if any of that makes sense. Oh, that line was subpar. There you go, something like that. And this will just close it off. Kind of, not really. Worked out. But this obviously needs something, so we can just connect that like so. And maybe even have it loop back around like this. Right, does that connect okay? If that's happening on that side, then it's definitely gonna be happening on this side as well. There you go. Oh, I fucked up the... There you go, something like that. Right, and then... Okay, I literally can't think of anything. This is a bust, but it's fun. It's fun. Actually, like, it's not bad. I feel as if... Because it's hard. Like, I was trying to make large shapes going over the sphere, but I really lost the sphere. Right, so this is what I'm going to keep trying to focus on, is just making large, generalizable shapes on the sphere. And you can see, like, my skills take a fucking... seemingly like 5 steps back, but that's fine, right? Because that's literally the skill of improvement, or attempting to improve, right? Not even the skill of improvement per se, but the skill of attempting. We'll just close it off like so. This is Gucci. And yeah, maybe we can have another cylinder embedded in here. And this one specifically, what do I want to do with this? Well, I want to outline it for sure. And then we can just do something like that. Right. It's kind of like this weird, interesting cylinder. There's a lot of ways to make shit. All these cylinders look interesting. I just don't know them. Not yet. I'm trying to figure it out. But currently I don't know them. There you go. This is probably my most mediocre shape yet, let's be honest. Right, but is there a way that it can be made less mediocre? I know I can add bevels. If we add bevels, usually they even out. Right, things like these. Right, do something like that. Still trying to figure out what I want to do with this shape. Because I did want like a connection here. Yeah, I did want a connection here, but maybe it just wasn't meant to be. Or maybe it was. Maybe I can make that connection right now. Like that. Nope, doesn't really work. Yeah, this is my worst design yet so far. But I had a lot of fun with it, to be honest. Right, I genuinely had a lot of fun with it, and perspective was not too bad. Right, like perspective was actually okay. Still pretty fucking shit, but I'm gonna keep it at this perspective, and I'm gonna really just focus on the box and putting like the box, the sphere inside the box, and the center lines, and really trying to wrap things around and holding that sphere. The biggest issue right now is like I have moments where I got the sphere down, and then like today I just could not hold that sphere, to be honest. Like I just couldn't hold the fucking box or the sphere. Like it was just extremely difficult. Right, and yeah, those will happen. I'm not saying those aren't normal days. I want to be very clear. These are very normal days. Right? If I can't cope like that, then nobody can. But yeah, it's just one of those days. I'm just trying to add random bullshit. Again, I'm just trying to bastardize my design. It's what I do best, right? I just add a bunch of random shit and be like, wow, look at that, it's a design. Ta-da! Now it looks impressive because there's random lines. Right, wee. I do see a lot of this though, in terms of like design language. Oh shit! See, that's already in the wrong perspective. Fuck it. The lines are just ass. Just leave it, man. Just leave it. Stop touching it. Jesus Christ. Just leave it. Just ignore that. Pretend like that was actually supposed to be like this. That looks like shit as well. Okay, I made it way too much, way too bullshitty. But there you go. Okay. Fuck. There you go. Okay, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Still much better than anything I've designed before, to be honest. Like, if we just go back let's say 6 videos, I genuinely think this is still so much better. Now the big thing is just focusing on making sure the sphere is consistent, the perspective is consistent, like inside the box with the center lines, and just really making sure the shapes that are wrapped around it result in a sphere. Like, result in being like, okay, these are wrapped around a perfect sphere. Very difficult skill, very, very admirable skill in my opinion, and very achievable within the next 20 hours. So, with that being said, I hope you put a lot of effort in. I hope you fucking tried. I don't know what I said. I actually don't have no idea if I said anything of importance today. But hashtag what's with Vicky fam, oh, Vicky fam, yay. But, I'll set up my Discord soon. It's basically set up. I just need to shill it. But once I figure some other things out, just to double check it and make sure it's okay. Right? But with that being said, as always, fuck you for watching. Keep drawing. And please, give me money.